Hey guys, I hope y'all are having a great day today. So we're going to be checking out some new blushes. These are from the Pat McGrath Divine Blush collection. So these come in 9 shades. We're going to be checking out 2 of them today. So we're going to see what we think about the colors that I got. We're going to see how they apply, and then I'm going to do a wear test to see how long they last. And then I'll share with y'all my overall thoughts. So before we get into these, if you're here for the first time, hello and welcome. My name is SonyaNicole, and I post new videos here every week, including some stuff for makeup lovers who are 40 and over. So I really hope that y'all would consider subscribing today. I would really appreciate your support. And of course, I would love to have y'all join the channel. Okay, y'all, let's jump right into it. So in addition to the new blushes that came out, there's a lot of other stuff in the Divine Blush collection. So there's also a highlighter, an eyeshadow palette quad, lip balm, lipstick, lip gloss, and a couple of brushes. So you can get the whole kit for $310. I just got a couple of the blushes and that set me back almost like $75. So I just stopped right there. So let's get into these blushes. They come in 9 different shades. So I'll put up a picture of all of the shades so you can see what they look like. And for those of you who like the packaging, because I love Pat McGrath packaging, this is what the box looks like that it comes in. Very typical Pat McGrath-esque packaging. Very nice. And then these are what the blushes look like. So I'll show you the shades in a couple of seconds. I just want to give y'all some more information about them. So they're supposed to have a petal soft touch, silk velvet powder, supposed to be very lightweight, mistake proof application, very buildable, and very vivid color. They come in either demi matte or satin pearl finishes. So I have one of each. And if you're going to get just the blushes, they retail for $38 each. Oh, this is cute. So on the back of the blush, it says Pat McGrath Labs Blush Without Caution. Fabulous flirtations and sexquisite seductions may result with prolonged use. Very cute. Okay, so let me show y'all the 2 shades that I got. All right, so this one is Paradise Venus, and this is described as a terracotta demi matte shade. So I was thinking that this one was going to have a little bit more of orange or like a peachy tone to it based on the color that I'm looking at. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this one because it looks a lot more, I guess, burgundy-ish than I thought. But it does say terracotta, but just looking at the picture, I thought it was going to be a lot more like peach looking. But this is the first one that I got. And then this one is the shade Desert Orchid. This one is described as a bronze rose with golden pearl. And this one is one of the satin finishes. And then this other one, Paradise Venus, this one is a demi matte and this one is a satin. So these are the 2 shades that I got. Surprisingly, I actually think I'm going to like this one better because like I said, this one just doesn't look as peachy as I thought it was going to be, but we shall see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my base first and I'm going to speed through that. A few of you have said that you like to see me do all of my makeup even when I'm not doing a full face. So I'm going to do my base makeup and then we will get into the blush application.
That's good.
Okay, now we're ready to apply some blush. So let's do some hand swatches first. So this one is the shade Desert Orchid. I'm thinking I might also put some of this in my eyeshadow as well. But let's start off with hand swatching. All right, so that's the shade Desert Orchid. I feel like this, I could kind of use this as a highlighter too, like a very subtle cheek highlight. And then next up is the shade Paradise Venus. Okay, and there's that one. So I do feel like the swatch on my hand of Paradise Venus, I actually like it a little bit better than in the pan. I don't know, for some reason it's like, I guess because my finger kind of like smeared the color out a little bit, but I feel like when you blend Paradise Venus out on your hand, it's not gonna look quite this pigmented, but they're also supposed to be buildable. So maybe I can just put on like a light layer of this one and it just won't look quite as vibrant as this. So just for the purpose of like trying to test these out, I think I'm just going to start off with doing one shade on each cheek, and I'll just wear them like that for the day, especially since I'm not going anywhere or anything. So let's start off with Desert Orchid. And as much as I've been loving cream blushes lately, I'm really happy that there's a new powder blush out there. Not to say that there aren't others, I'm sure there are, but I'm just glad that this one is powder instead of cream. Okay, so this one is again the shade Desert Orchid, and it is giving me a slight sheen on my cheek. As expected, it's just not going to be all that colorful, all that noticeable on my cheek because of the color. Let me know if you can make anything out. I can see sheen, I can see like glow from it, but I'm not seeing any of the color. I am starting to see it a little bit more as I build it up, but I think what I'm going to do is, just to keep things consistent, I think I'm going to wear the other one, the darker one, Paradise Venus. I think I'm going to wear that one as my blush, and then I'm going to try Desert Orchid as a highlighter instead, because it's like very subtle. I feel like the only thing it's doing on my skin tone is just giving me some sheen. So let me just quickly apply this. I just want things to be even though this probably wouldn't have made a difference because it's not showing up on my skin anyway. I'm just going to stick with the same brush, and I'm going to apply this one right on top of where I just put the first shade. And I'm tapping off a lot of the excess because this is supposed to be buildable and pigmented. So let's see. Yeah, I can already tell with this one that a little bit goes a long way, because I feel like I don't really have a whole lot on the brush, but there's a good amount of blush showing up on my cheeks already. So what I have on right here, I think is enough blush for me. But I am going to build it up just a little bit because this is supposed to be buildable. So I just want to see. This is really pretty though. I do really like this color. It's pretty. It's really nice. Okay. Just going to build it up a tad. Yeah, this is really nice. Now this one is the demi matte one, so because I have the other shade on underneath this one is giving a little bit of sheen, but that's the other shade underneath it. So let me show y'all the hand swatches again, and I'm hoping y'all can tell by the swatch that this terracotta shade is, it's more of like a matte shade. What did I just say? Did I say demi matte? I don't even know what I just said, but yeah, I think I said that right. So the terracotta one is demi matte, but it is giving me a little bit of sheen on my cheeks, but that's because I have the satin one underneath it. Yeah, this is really pretty. I like it. Let me know what y'all think. So a lot of times when products are really pigmented, it's really easy to go overboard like right off the bat and put too much product on. But I did think that this was easy to apply because it does seem to like build up really nicely. Like I do think it is kind of difficult actually to apply too much unless you just like really dig your brush in there. So I do like the way it applied, and I like the way the second layer built up. So I enjoyed applying that. I'm gonna go back to the first shade, the Desert Orchid shade, and I'm going to, if I can get this thing open, I'm going to apply this. I'm gonna see how it applies as a cheek highlight. So I'm just gonna put this right on the top of my cheekbone, like right above where I have the first shade that I'm using as a blush. And if you like a subtle highlighter, this would be good for that. But just remember, it's not intended to be a highlighter. It is intended to be a blush. So I feel like you can't really make it out too much. It is giving me a little bit of sheen, but it's a nice subtle sheen. So I would actually wear this as a highlighter because it's so subtle. But if you're looking for like an actual, you know, highlight on your cheeks, this is going to be like very subtle. So just keep that in mind. I think I'm also going to put a little bit of this right along the brow bone. And again, it's not going to be all that noticeable, but it will give, you know, a little bit of sheen, just a little bit of glow in those areas. And then just for the sake of it, because I do want to, you know, test these out as much as I can. I don't really do highlight like that nowadays, and I definitely don't do highlight down the center of my nose anymore, but I am going to put a little bit of this right down the center of my nose. And this won't give me any color right there, but it should give me like a little bit of glow. Can you guys see any type of glow on my nose? I feel like, again, it's subtle, but I can make it out. So I also want to see how this looks as my inner corner highlight for my eyeshadow. I might have to go on top of this with something else though, but I was just curious to see how that would work. Yeah, I'll have to go on top of it with something else. If anything, I would use it as a straight eyeshadow, not as like the inner corner highlight, because it's just a little too subtle for my liking for that. But you know, that's not what this was intended for. I was just curious to see how that was going to work out. So first impression, I like it. I really love this terracotta blush. I was a little concerned about the shade, but this is really, really pretty. If you have the Charlotte Tilbury matte bronzer, I remember when I used that for the first time, I liked how effortless I could apply it, and it was like kind of hard to like put on too much because it was just like melting into your skin, but also giving you some warmth at the same time. The way that this applied reminded me of that Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. This is just, it really is kind of effortless to apply this. Like, I like it. I really do. Okay, I feel like I need a little bit more blush on this side. I think I have a little more over here. Let me put just a little bit more blush on this side. I might just be subconsciously making an excuse to put more of this on, but it does kind of look like that looks a little more even. Okay, so I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I will start the wear test, and I'll probably test this out for maybe like 4 or 5 hours just to see if it still looks really nice and pigmented on my cheeks. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here is my makeup for the day. So I'm going to do a wear test to see if after a few hours the blush is still looking like this, because I think it looks really, really nice and pigmented, nice and smooth, and just nice and like blended into my skin right now. So hopefully after a few hours we'll still have this same level of color on my cheeks. So it's almost 2:30. in the afternoon right now, so I will see y'all back here a little bit later on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. It's 8:18, so we're just a little tiny bit shy of a 6-hour wear test. And this is what we're looking like. I pulled my hair back so we could really see the cheeks. So let me know what you guys think. And I am liking what I'm seeing. So my cheeks are not as pigmented as they were 6 hours ago, but I think for me to have this level of pigment after 6 hours of wear, I think this is really good. I think if I were to wear this for like another few hours, I would still have a nice flush on my cheeks. So I think we have a winner here, which is what I was expecting from Pat McGrath. So I would definitely recommend these. Yes, they do cost $38, but this is Pat McGrath, so that's pretty much on par with the price range for this brand. So I would definitely recommend them because I really like it. And like I said earlier, I'm happy to be trying out a powder blush. Like, I really appreciate all of the cream blushes that have come out lately, and I've gained a love for cream blushes, but this is making me remember how much I love a good old-fashioned powder blush. So let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do you already have one or a couple of these blushes, or are you thinking about getting them? Let me know in the comments. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed the video today. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed before you head out, and I will see y'all back here for my next one. Until then, take care. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.